Lisa,
Yes, baby girl.
when I grow up, I want to be a womanist to society.
Then so shall you be.
Hey, this is Lisa Landry. Welcome back to A Menace to Society. I am thrilled to speak with today's guest. She is the Executive Director of Women's Fund of Rhode Island. Welcome to the podcast, Kelly Nevins.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
I love your website. It's very interactive, and I'm going to just capture one of the statements you've made on your website, Women's Fund of Rhode Island. We envision a community, nation, and world that is free of gender bias and where social justice exists for all. So are you one of them social justice warrior types of sisters?
Well, I'm not sure I would describe myself as a warrior, but certainly I'm fighting on the side of social justice. I am not yet looking like Khaleesi from Game of Thrones.
Give yourself time. Give yourself time.
Right, exactly.
You have a huge focus on leadership training on your website. Why is that important?
Our leadership training is really focused on policy advocacy and running for office. So there are two very important programs that we have. One is called Run As You Are, and this year, Run As You Are will take place on Saturday, July 25th. And it's for those women who may have had a fleeting passing thought about running for office, or somebody told them they should run for office, and they really don't have an idea of what that means. So they go through this one-day workshop where they get to understand what it means to create a platform to run on. They get some practice in talking about the things that they are most passionate about, and then they learn about how to create a campaign office, if you will, to help them run for a particular political seat. And by the end of the program, we did this last in 2017. We had 55 women who went through the program. A third of them at the end of that day said, I'm going to run in the next election. The next third said, I'm going to run someday, I'm just not sure exactly when. And then the last third said, now that I know what I know, I'm not going to run for office, but I'm going to help those women run for office. So it was definitely a win, and we did track who went through the election cycle in 2018, and 10 of the folks who went through our program actually ran for office, and 6 of them won their seats. So we're looking forward to doing that again.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. It's really cool, and it's totally nonpartisan. It doesn't matter if you are affiliated with a particular political party. It's more about just understanding that we need more women represented in making our laws for the state, for our city, and for this country. And so we know that when you have at least 30% of participation by women, that there's a tipping point that actually means that good policy is made for women and families. And so that's what we're hoping to achieve.
That's a fantastic goal, isn't it? Because like you said, bipartisan, whatever, it doesn't matter as long as we get some good people in there who are doing the right thing. And if they're women, that's even better because we haven't been silenced.
Yes, right, absolutely. That's absolutely right. And then the second program under that leadership banner is our Women's Policy Institute, which is a 9-month fellowship program that trains women about how laws are actually made in our country. And during the program, the cohort comes together and they determine an issue that they would like to see legislated. And they learn about how to create a campaign that would help them to get either a new law passed or a bad law taken off the books. We've run this program in various years. I would say our most successful year was in 2013 when that particular Women's Policy Institute cohort helped to pass the temporary caregiver insurance law, which makes Rhode Island now one of the few states in the nation that gives paid time off to employees to either welcome a new child into their family or care for a seriously ill loved one. And so we want to see more people advocating for change, and this is a great training program to do that.
That's a very beneficial program. I was speaking with an activist and a civil rights attorney previously, a few months back, Diane Post, And she was telling me that if you're a man right now and you take time off with your family to care for somebody who is dying, you won't get any sort of tax breaks, but women get them sometimes. Is that right?
I don't know about the tax breaks. What I do know is in Rhode Island that it doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman or somebody who doesn't identify as either of those. If you are a Rhode Island employee, the state will pay you up to a month's salary to take time off to care for a seriously ill loved one or to welcome a new child into the family. I honestly don't know about the tax laws around that.
But that's very compassionate, isn't it? If you have somebody in your family who is dying or somebody who's coming into the family, it would seem ideal that you can be with them.
Right. And the whole point about the law in Rhode Island that we would like to see similar in other states and also expanded in Rhode Island is the fact that you don't have to be a woman to take advantage of this. And part of that is very thoughtfully planned out because we know that often the caregiving responsibilities fall to women, and the more that we make it easier for men or for those who don't identify as women to care for their families, that means that there's more opportunity to share the workload, the unpaid workload, if you will, that often only women are tasked with.
Well, we're expected to do it also.
Part of our mission statement is to advance gender equity through systemic change, and the systemic change comes with changing cultural perception so that it's not just expected that women care for families, that men or anybody who identifies as either one of those would also be able to care for families, and it would be expected of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm blown away by just how hands-on grassroots you are, Kelly, with training boots on the ground type of go out there and this is how we do it at the local level, because I don't think people are aware that we as citizens are beholden to our school boards and our city councils more than we are to our presidents.
That's right.
So the people who are actively messing us over are our legitimate neighbors. I mean, D.C. is going to do what it's going to do.
People just may not be informed enough to make the right decision. So, one of the other things that we do, although it's not a training program, is we have our own policy and advocacy committee made up of volunteers who are working to advocate for change in our communities and also up at the State House. And for us, our advocacy priorities at this point in time focus around reproductive freedom, women's economic security, and freedom from sexual harassment. It's amazing to me how many people don't realize that just picking up the phone to call their local elected official makes such a difference. I've been up at the State House talking to representatives and to senators, and they'll say, I got 10 phone calls on this. I got so many phone calls. Really? 10? Like, 10's a lot. If we could get 10 more people to make a phone call and work a different direction, would that help? I think it absolutely would, but people don't realize that they have that power, that they can just pick up the phone or they can email their legislator and let them know how they feel about certain policies.
You know, that's very true, especially in Rhode Island. I have been able to contact a lot of your elected officials, and their cell phones are listed on their websites. You can actually get into direct contact with the person who can advocate for change in that state, in your state of Rhode Island, very easily. And a lot of us don't understand that we do have that power. We have that connection, and we're scared to use it because we think something bad is going to happen, or we're going to sound stupid on the phone with somebody who might have a better education than we have.
Which is why we would say, if you're nervous about that kind of thing, join an organization like the Women's Fund of Rhode Island. If you believe in the things that we believe in and advocate for, get involved on our policy and advocacy committee, or if there is another cause that you are passionate about, there are different advocacy groups that would welcome your participation, and they will train you, and they will give you things to do like, hey, fill out this postcard, get some other friends to do the same thing, and tonight we're doing a phone call night, and here's a potential script you could use. I mean, they make it very easy for people, but it's all a question of people taking the time to actually reach out.
Yeah. Yeah, it does make a difference. I know I'm a member of the American Counseling Association, and we actually have ballot initiatives on our primary website so that you can see what is up at stake. And if you choose to be involved, you do. And you can find your state legislature email addresses right there on the website so that you can go directly to the source. And you've done a lot of that on your website, Women's Fund of Rhode Island. You can go there and see that you have a lot of advocacy for the community and you have different programs that you're running. I want to ask you about your grants because it seems that you are investing a lot of money in your young female leaders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's for sure. So each year, the Women's Fund gives out $50,000 of the funding that we have to other community organizations that are working to advance gender equity. And a couple of the groups that we helped to fund last year included Young Voices, which was teaching young girls of color about how their voices can make a difference within their local school system. So they studied together different issues that were facing their school system. They determined that they wanted to address student absenteeism. They came up with a number of different solutions, and then through this program they learned how to advocate with school officials and different community leaders about those changes. And so what those girls were doing was learning how to use their voice and a skill that can use for the rest of their life.
I want to thank you very much for doing that because I think that's a huge disconnect. We're not teaching our youth how to advocate. I don't think, in my opinion.
Well, we're happy to support those groups that actually are working on that type of thing. We're also doing things like supporting Sojourner House for teaching our local high school students about what the concept of consent means and being able to understand what the ramifications are of consent and not consent, which I know can be somewhat controversial for different groups, but we think, again, it's really important that it's a way to address that systemic change by involving both boys and girls in the program and really understanding as they are starting to explore their own relationship, what does consent mean and how can I make sure that I'm treating the person that I care about appropriately.
Well, amen to that. That's huge because a lot of kids don't get that instruction at home. They might be growing up in an environment where this is normal or watching films where this is normal or surfing porn sites where this is normal, because they're kids.
Absolutely.
I'm glad, too, when I go to your website, you have a research tab. So you are taking the he said, she said, he said, he said, she said out of the equation and just showing, here, look, we have some documented studies. We have some statistics. This is objective, non-biased reporting. And there's a huge value to you putting out that information.
Absolutely, and each year we take on a new research report. The latest research that we just published earlier this year was our Women of Color, a snapshot in 2018. We published the data in 2019, and it was an opportunity again to explore the status of women of color in our state and use it as the platform for which we determined what legislative priorities we wanted to work on in 2019. We continue to put out new research that, again, focuses on the status of women and girls in our state. That one in particular, again, focuses on women of color.
Do you have a lot of women of color in Rhode Island?
Almost 30% of our population across the state is a woman of color.
Well, I'm especially glad that you are advocating for those sisters and raising their voices and helping them to be heard.
Thank you. What we know is that if the least of us is not able to achieve success, that means that all of us together will never achieve our potential until they do. So we definitely want to work on the issues that face particularly those who experience the most inequities.
Yeah, that'd be women, and then it varies by different cultures within our
Mhm.
own little. And it's so weird that we're like a subcategory of the patriarchy when we are actually 51 or 52% of the planet. So we're the majority
Right.
enslaved by stupidity, basically. Um, not that men are stupid, that's not what I'm trying to say, but patriarchy is a maladaptive, broken system that really should just be rooted out.
I don't disagree with you.
It's been my experience that and I don't mean to bash your state because my mama was born in Providence, my nana lives in Newport. I've got long ties to Rhode Island, Massachusetts. It just seems like a little puritanical kind of thing happens in Rhode Island at times where it's kind of harder for women, in my own experience, to be heard and respected.
Certainly, there are people who hold on to perhaps a mindset that worked better in the past and are not looking forward to the future. And that past certainly benefited men, and particularly white men. And our goal is, again, to advance gender equity through systemic change. And that systemic change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. We're here for the long haul, and our goal is to try to make things equal for everyone.
Well, I love your goal, and I think that's what we all need to do, right? When we all rise, we all rise.
That's right.
Yeah, and I'm blown away by you, Kelly. I'm very appreciative that you would take this time to come and speak with me and my listeners. And you mentioned that you have that upcoming workshop July 26th for women who want to run.
25th. Yeah, it's 25th. It's a Saturday all day. We're actually partnering with the Women's Fund of Southeastern Massachusetts. And so it's two women's funds coming together, again, to help women think about running for office. The program is going to be held in Fall River, Massachusetts. It's a $10 charge, and if that's too much for somebody, we can certainly provide scholarships. Mainly we charge a fee because we find that people, if they don't get charged, sign up for something and then they don't show up, and we've spent a lot of money on food and room and stuff like that. So it's less about covering our costs and more about just making sure that we're not wasting money.
Yeah, no, definitely, especially when you're running such a huge organization for getting stuff accomplished with not much budget or people on staff.
That's right. We're only two staff here, so.
Gosh, two staff members accomplishing all this good work. So if you're listening and you're a woman and you want to run for office in Rhode Island, it doesn't matter what your political ideologies happen to be, you can show up on July 25th, and Kelly and her staff, the other person working there, and other people from the community who have probably won elections are going to be there talking.
Sure. Oh, yeah. We will be highlighting, the real stories of people and how they got elected. We're actually doing the program in partnership with an organization called Run, Vote, Lead. They are providing the actual curriculum, if you will, and it's a great curriculum, again, non-partisan, and I know that it's going to make a difference for people who, again, are just maybe even just had the most fleeting of ideas about what it means to run for office. This will help them to understand and make a decision if that's the path they want to take.
Where do we reach you, Kelly, if we want to be involved, if we want to find out more about July 25th or the other great events that you have going on, or the grants where you're sponsoring young women to learn more about being community leaders? Where do we find you?
More information can be found at WFRI.org. That the initial stand for the Women's Fund of Rhode Island.org. So we hope you'll check out our website, and certainly feel free to reach out to us through the website if you have questions.
Thank you so much, Kelly. I'm going to try to make it on July 25th if I'm in the area.
Oh, great.
I will pay my $10. I will come have a sandwich, and I would love to meet the women who are considering going out there and advocating in a legislative way for their communities.
That's right. We'd love to have you.
I would love to be there. Thank you so much. Thank you for your vision, and thank you for what you're doing.
Thanks, Lisa. Really appreciate the love here today.
Oh, I got big love for you, sister, and I wish you all the very best. Thanks, y'all, for listening. Please come back to next Womanist Wednesday. You can find me on my website, lisalandry.com. Shout out, Ari. I love you, little boo-boo.